Just a few more hours. Exactly. I want Dark's big sweaty arms. This big sweaty arm, and his house is full of diamond cheesers. Oh my god. But here we go. We're getting into this and spawning in the top right hand corner of Ancient Sister, and we have the South Korean Zerg player representing CranKy Z Gaming. It is Dark. And spawning in the bottom left hand corner of Ancient Sister, we have his opponents. We have the other Zerg player, the Brazilian Zerg representing the CranKy Ducklings. It is Erik. Let's go, Poppy. Let's go. Of course, we may have let go of our North American roster. Again, a little bit smudged, but we no longer have Vindicta, Dolan, or Patty Mac on the CranKy Ducklings. But we still have our Oceanic and Latin American Ducklings. And of course, Erik is here. He is one of the best players in all of Latin America, and has been putting in a lot of hours. He's been practicing a lot. He has been grinding that EU ladder. So I'm excited to see what he has to offer here against Dark. We do see a hatch pool gas opener from Erik, hatch gas pool from Dark. So standard openers from our players for the most part. Erik just having a slight variation, going for a faster pool. This will kind of mean that the queens are lined up a little bit better. Again, it is going to mean that his link speed is going to be slightly delayed, but only slightly. Oh, so there we go. The drones are transferred over into the gas geyser as well. As this is not an extractor trick. Okay. I'm intrigued, Erik. What's going on? A very fast second gas is taken here for Erik. We have our queens on the way. We have two lings as well, I imagine, for scouting purposes. The gas geyser is immediately being saturated, and this is gonna get interesting here. This could be for a fast lair right after this queen. This could be for a fast Roach Warden as well. Ling speed is gonna be taken, so unlikely for this to be a fast Roach Warren. I'm feeling the lair. I'm feeling it. Regardless, Dark, you get everything standard, hatch gas pool. So yeah, third base is on the way. Erik is going for two base play because of this gas, and there it is. There is that fast lair. Now, what do we do with this lair? We can go into two base muta, which can work on Ancient Cistern just because of how large this map is. Tis quite big. Tis quite beautiful. Bussin' Poppy. The two lings of Erik go across the map to scout and just a poke and prod. What else could this be? This I don't really see this being like a queen ling flood off of with a Nidus. I don't think this is gonna be a Nidus. There's no Roach Warren to start up Roach speed either. We should be seeing a Roach Warren as a part of the wall, but here we go. Two lings try to poke on in. Dark, he sees that there is no third base, and Erik is flooding lings, by the way. This could actually be for a Nidus. What is the lair for? I'm still perplexed. Is it a link flood with a spire behind it? That's the other thing that I'm thinking of, as here we go. The third base is being taken, and Erik is going to be applying a lot of pressure here. Defensive abilities are thrown down, and there it is. It is going to be a link flood with a spire behind it. So an aggressive variation of two base muta. Usually two base muta, you wall off on two bases and you just preserve your resources to make as many mutas as possible. But Erik is going to try and disguise this. And here we go. Link speed has finished up. We do have two defensive aliens for Dark. It's all going to come down to the control. It's all going to come down to the micro here. Erik cannot take a bait to the face as he tries to outmaneuver Dark here. And what's important is that Erik is keeping Dark busy. The spire is on the way. Up, and here we go. A couple of lings do manage to slip into the main base to get a full scout, and they, oh my god, he's gonna try and split off for some banelings, but no, Dark is too good for that. Dark keeps up with all these lings. Banelings are gonna be morphed in here as the bane nest has finished up for Erik. Oh. Here we go. Erik still looking for a way in. Does end up baiting out one of those banelings. Not too bad whatsoever. Oh. Erik just dancing here with Dark as well. The banelings, I believe, are defensive back at home. Erik trying to pull apart the attention of Dark. He does get into the mineral line. does force a reaction. Baneling is not going to go up. Oh god! Ooh. Does take out a couple of links with him. 4 mutas are on the way as well. Erik is pretty all in with this. There is no third base. Erik with the hyper aggression. He wants to try to kill this third. Up! Oh no! Oh, the Banelings almost detonate. And it looks like the Banelings are going to be going off. The roaches are now out though. The Lings go for a surround on the Queens. But the chance fuses are just too damn good. Dark will keep everything alive. He's forced to mine here on 2 bases. He is mining inefficiently. Oh my god. Meanwhile, Baneling's trying to morph it into the main base. Erik trying to be cheeky here. The mutas do reveal themselves. But we don't have that many mutas because we were only working off of 2 gas geysers. The 3rd and 4th gas only just now being taken. The mutas are only going to get map control. And here we go. Dark is sending everything across the map. Erik has to respond. Here we go. Dark trying to power through this 3rd base. Trying to buy some time. Erik will have the map control as he does force Dark back. And Dark from here is going for his own lair. His own Hydroden is a ways off. A lot of roaches getting picked off here, and Erik can now drone. Dark's ahead 20 workers, by the way. And he is now mining from that 3rd. Erik trying to find a way in, trying to break the defenses here of Dark. Ugh. God, but we do have defensive advantage. Oh god, they find good enough connections. Half of the Lings do go down. The muta control's pretty good. He's trying to pick off some of these queens, but they're just, sorry, some of these roaches, but there are just so many queens. Erik is forced back. And Erik is double expanding. He's taking a 4th base. He's struggling to saturate his 3rd. His economic situation is not looking too damn good. And now that the lair is done, we can go for some anti-air. We're actually going straight for an infestation pit. Dark is going Roach Viper, it looks like. No Hydras. Interesting. There's Erik dancing in between the bases, looking for a way in, looking for some damage. Up. We'll get 1, we'll get 2. Oh no, he's gonna cost him a muta. 3 drones for a muta, not the best trade. Dark rotates into the main base with his queens. And Erik still has a ways to go to catch up. He's going straight for an infestation pit. Oh my god. Wait, for what? Erik, with this infestation pit, he can get into Hive and Vipers, I guess. He has access to Infestors or Swarm Hosts. I'm trying to figure out what this is for. Meanwhile, Infestors are on the way for Dark, so he's going to have Queen Infestor to defend. We have a Hydroden, we have a Lurker Den on the way. Dark. Do you remember that ZvZ from ESL Asia between Dark and Ragnarok? That's what Dark is doing right now. He is just putting his foot down. He is going to be turtling up very heavily here on these 3 bases, slowly taking 4th. He's slowing the game down. Meanwhile, Erik, with that fast infestation pit, he's going for his own hive. The difference is that Dark, he's slowing the game down, he's turtling up, but he's also ahead. Like, look at the drone count. Dark is still ahead 20 workers. Ay. So he's gonna have a very easy time maxing out and working on his lurkers and just turtling up on these 4 bases. The muta count is quite high, which is gonna keep Dark at home. But everyone, we're gonna be getting into, it looks like we're getting into lurker versus lurker. But we're getting there. It's happening again, Poppy. It's happening again. Only with Dark. Like, Dark, he's one of those few players that is so willing to do this. He's like, mate, hey, you want to take the map? Take the map. I just need 4 bases. 4 bases in a dream. And I'd be dreaming, Poppy. Let's go. Oh my god. Hive is on the way. Lurker Den as well from Erik. Now, this is the biggest difference. I've mentioned this a couple of times on stream. How in recent times, Dark has been able to do this and succeed against both Scarlet and Ragnarok. And just out-control in the late game. In Lurker versus Lurker. But the difference is that both Scarlet and Ragnarok, when they played against Dark, they were both very aggressive. and they were so adamant about killing Dark before he could turtle up and before he could max out. Especially in the mid game, like they would just trade constantly and go for all these dives. Erik is kind of embracing this. I say kind of because of course he still has a Mutaflock that's like dancing around, and hey, you can even pick off a spawning pool maybe, maybe a couple of drones. But for the most part, he's just teching, he's droning, he's like getting up to this point as well back at home off of these mutas. So it does feel like he's embracing this situation a little bit more. As he's catching up in the drone count, he's behind 40 supply, by the way, but again, is Dark going to move out? It looks like he will. Here we go. He has Vipers, he has Infestors. These mutas, they do get an Infestor. Oh my god. Very nice pickup here from Erik, but the army is going to be moving out at the same time. A Ling counterattack is going to be hitting the third base, but we have Lunkers to defend. Ooh, Lings don't find too much damage here. They go in between the bases, but reinforcements will clean them up. And here we go. Dark pushes out, but we have defensive Lurkers. Oh, the blinding clouds. Oh, we're going to have to try and maneuver these Lurkers away. The muta's coming from behind, and we don't have that many Vipers. The spell, sorry, we don't have that many Hydras, but here we go. The Hydras come in to reinforce, and they're going to be enough to deal with the mutas. Meanwhile, Dark just ran on through with his roaches in towards the natural, in towards the third base. And it looks like even though Dark can't break through the defensive line of the Lurkers, there are still just so many Hydras available. Erik will be losing his third. His fourth even. Erik is double expanding though. And it looks like he needs to. This northern base is going to be going down. Oh, no cancel, by the way. Erik is going to be forced to give this up. But yeah, I love this from Dark because if he wanted to, he could have turtled up and just gone mass Hydra Lurker Viper. But no, he's going for a much more aggressive variation instead. He knows that he has an advantage. He knows that he doesn't have to slow the game down. I say that as he throws out more stack defense. Ay. As you see Erik struggling to recover his economy here. The muta's trying to catch some reinforcements, but no, there are just too many Hydras. Dark moving out once again with his army, this time with no Infestors or Vipers. Bear that in mind. So he's going to have a harder time breaking the Lurkers. But the Lurkers are not in position. Oh no! The Lurkers, they arrive a little bit too late. Meanwhile, no detection. The detection is late here for Dark. He's going to be losing a lot of his units. But it doesn't matter. Wow, it actually just doesn't matter. He breaks on through, crushes the army of Erik, and he's going to be able to break the third as well. The actual third this time. Mutas are going to try and clean this up, and nothing else shoots up, but alas, Erik's economy has been broken. He has an Ultra. He's got 4 more Ultras on the way. But his economy is in shambles. Erik trying to take another hatchery. His mutas will clean up the Lurkers, to be fair. Oh, but we have a Lurker in the natural. Oh, God. Oh, God. The poor drones. The humanity. Not like this. Oh. Lurkers get cleaned up. Ultras have arrived. Ultras are an answer to Lurkers. They can kind of get on top of them, especially if the Lurkers are in low numbers. The Lurkers do kind of tickle the Ultras. But Erik is pretty all in. He lost far too many drones. He doesn't really have too much of an army left. He has 3 Ultras right now. Only 3. And Dark is just going mass Hydra. Because why the hell not? Hydra, sprinkle in a couple of roaches, and that is all you need. This fresh mining base for Erik is going to go down. The Ling Ultra going to try and stop him here. We do have some splits with the Hydras and the Ultras. They're just not what they need to be. GG gets called, and Dark will take game number 1. Oh my god. GG. And what a game 1. Again, bear in mind that Erik went for a hatch pool gas opener, took a very fast second pool, got Ling speed, and went mutas off of 2 gases on 2 bases. Like, it was really wild what Erik was doing. It was very offbeat, very like off tempo timing, and it was kind of working. But like Dark's defenses was just too good. But it was a really unique build from Erik, and I do appreciate it. Like, this is the thing about Erik, sometimes he does his own builds, and there's a reason behind them. They're not quite meta, they're not quite the most common or popular of builds, but I appreciate that he does things a little bit differently when he can. Oh, GG. GG. Wasn't able to catch Dark off guard with it, but I'm happy to see something, again, something different. Hey, he was able to maybe make Dark sweat a little bit. At least a little bit. As I catch up in the chat, Ordy in the chat. Oh, less than 3, Erik. Let's go. Yo, shout out to Blaker Dudes in the chat with the 100 bits. Thank you so much. We appreciate the support, the constant support. Thank you for all the bits, Blaker Dudes. Thank you. And it's thanks to the support that we get in the chat that we're able to host our events and even hold on to some of our pro players, as well as we are going to be loading in to game number 2. And spawning in the bottom right hand corner of Gressvan, we have the South Korean Zerg player representing Dragon ZvZ Gaming. Currently up 1-0 in this series, it is Dark. And spawning in the top left hand corner. In the top left hand corner, we have the Brazilian Zerg player representing the CranKy Ducklings. It is Erik. And what does Erik stand for? He stands for endurance, righteousness, intellect, and kangaroo. Ooh. As he goes for a 14 pull. Not technically a 15 pull. He did go for an extractor trick, but yeah, a pull first nonetheless from Erik. Interesting. I'm curious as to the timing of his gases, if this is just a pool hatch opener. If this is supposed to be a defensive pool, I think this is a little bit odd to go for a 15 pool like this. Don't think it's quite necessary, so I do think that he plans to go across the map and pick off some drones. Here we go, show me, oh, never mind, he's not backing up the larva, he is going to be droning, so yeah, interesting choice here from Erik. He's going to have at least 4 lings coming out. There we go. 4 lings on the way. Gas guys are being taken. There we go. 6 lings in total. And these lings are rushing across the map. They're not meant to end the game. They're meant to try and catch Dark off guard and pick off some drones. We'll see if he can pull it off. Oof. Meanwhile, Dark did go for a standard opener. Hatch gas pool. You love to see it. All you need here for Dark. Ling's gonna try and avoid the scouting pattern of this Overlord, and with the avoiding of this Overlord, they can try and catch Dark off guard. Hopefully, Dark is able to leave some drones here for Erik. That's the plan anyway. That's the plan. As Dark with his Overlord scout confirms, hold up, your hatchery is a little bit late. Something is wrong. Something is amiss. It was a pull first. Here we go, the lings are revealed as well to the second Overlord. Dark is fully aware, and we'll see if he even evacuates. There we go, he is going to pull his drones up into the main. Going to be very safe, take this very seriously. And can Erik pick anything off? For the time being, he's going to dance here with the drones of Dark. Dark pulling away the weakened drones very nicely. Doesn't lose anything. We'll be losing some mining time though, and that is what is important. That is what Erik needs. As oh, Dark even chases Erik off of creep a little bit. A little bit of an overreaction there from Dark. Meanwhile, Dark goes for a very fast Baneling Nest as well, staying on 2 bases. Dark is going to be going for a Ling Flood follow-up. And Erik doesn't know. Oh, no, sorry. He saw the Baneling Nest. He knows, Papi. He knows Erik is skipping his... Oh, this is a bold move. Oh, my... I don't know if I like this. So, Erik sees the Baneling Nest. He confirms it as well with his Ling. And Dark has the option to be very aggressive right now. His 3rd base is delayed. Back at home, Erik is going for a full wall. Thankfully for Erik, Dark isn't flooding. He is droning behind this. He is going to be looking to recover. It looks like the Bailey Nest was just defensive, or maybe because he got scouted, because the Ling did confirm the Bailey Nest, Dark doesn't want to overreact. Speaking of overreacting, that's what Erik is doing. I love this. Dark, he's showing he's morphing in Bailings in the face of Erik to try and force, again, a big commitment into roaches, and that's exactly what's happening. He's trying to scare Erik, and Erik, he's responding with his own roaches. He may be forced to go. I mean, he may just be going for his own all-in at this point. As we have 3 overlords on the way, the Lings try to go for a bit of a wraparound, but they are denied entry into the natural. Up. There we go. As we fully wall off, roaches are being sent across the map. Back at home, Dark is throwing down the spine crawler. He's reinforcing with Lings. He knows how dire, how serious the situation is, as Erik has cut drones at 31. Oh no! Oh, but the Lings get in. Oh, this is disastrous. The Lings, they try to get on top of the Queen, but the reinforcements do fend them off. And here we go. Erik is sending everything across the map. He's droning behind this. He's getting a lair as well. He's crazy. Looks like all he wants to do is deny the third. But he's got a lot of droning to do, to be honest. He's down quite a few workers. Here we go. The Bailings are rolling on forward here. Not the best connection with that first Bailing, but upon seeing the spine crawlers, by the way, Dark believes in the all-in. 3, 4 spine crawlers on the way for Dark. But again, Erik is merely droning, whilst forcing the unborrow. Very quick unborrow there from Dark. You love to see it. But Erik, I believe he should be going for a third from here. Let's see. Is he just saturating his 2 bases, going for the lair? Could go into a spire from here. Oh! Oh, nice target firing there from Erik, focusing down the Bailings. Oh, what a muss! Does get the last Bailing, but it still cost him a lot of roaches. And there it is. 2 base Muta is going to be the follow-up. Ooh, Erik taking another decent fight here. The spine crawlers were unborrowed. Oh, he wants the Evo chamber. Oh my god. And it looks like he is going to deny +1. Wow. Dark going for his own spire. Great minds think alike. Both players going for those mutas, but Erik is coming in for the scout with the overseer just in time. He sees the lair, he sees the gases, and he sees the spire. Erik's going to be feeling pretty good about himself because he knows that his spire is much faster. He can get more mutas out. But before that happens, Dark is going for a massive roach counterattack. This is spotted by Erik. I don't think Erik can hold on to his base. I'll be honest. That's a lot of roaches. 12 roaches to the 4 defensive roaches of Erik. He has some Ravagers, but this is going to be a tight hold. Ugh. Erik does lose a Ravager. More roaches are coming on out. Even though we had a Spire, we may not be able to make any mutas. It looks like with the reinforcements trickling in, Erik is going to hold on to his third. But again, he was forced to spend a lot of his resources on these roaches. Meanwhile, muta production has commenced. We have +1 Flyer Carapace on the way. And with the faster mutas, Erik can maybe deny this third. Queens are coming in, but the queens don't have enough energy for transfuse. We're going to have 1 transfuse soon. Meanwhile, the Lings and the roaches are getting on top of the army here of Dark. He's going for the queens. He knows he gets 1 queen. He's going to get the 2nd queen. He's going for the 3rd. And that is all the anti-air that Dark has. Mate. The spine crawlers are going down. The mutas reveal themselves. The spores are on the way, but they're not ready. Yo, the boys are under threat. The 3rd is under threat as well. There's not enough shoots up. Mate, has Erik done it? Can he pull it off? The mutas are going straight for the mineral line, but there is a spore in the natural. He has to be very careful. He goes for the queen. Meanwhile, Dark is making a massive wave of roaches. He's going to be going for a massive counterattack. The mutas have to turn around. Oh, they have to chase down as many of these roaches as possible. Meanwhile, back at home, what does Erik have to defend? He has Lings. He's making roaches in a panic. Oh, God, but he's in a lot of danger right now. Erik trying to chase down as many of these roaches as possible. The Lings come out as well. The roaches are trapped. They can't keep pushing. Dark gets cleaned up. Erik still has the map control. He's going for that counterattack. Spores are repositioning. I believe these spores were thrown down earlier. There we go. We have 2 spores in each base. With these spores, the mutas cannot break in, but no queens. Looking at the units tab, we have 1 queen for Dark, and only 1. And because of that, Erik, he can find some damage. He can dance between the bases. He can find some areas that aren't covered by spores. Overlords. Oh no! The spore on burrows. He's going for the queen. Oh, doesn't quite get it in the end. Corruptors are on the way. He's crazy. The counter to mute is Corruptors, Papi. Oh, that queen, oh so low. He's gonna get it in the end. He gets the queen. He gets the spore. Roaches are coming for a big counterattack, and there is just not much on the ground to defend. Oh, Erik. Roach is being distracted here by the Roaches of Dark, so very nice little micro moves from Dark himself. The Corruptors are going to be able to force back these mutas, and ooh, Erik has to be careful not to commit to the fight. He will be losing a lot of those mutas. But we don't really care about the mutas, we care about the Roaches. Oh, the Natural's under threat. The Roach Warren is under threat as well. Not the best target firing here from Erik, to be honest. Oh, he's going to be trading here out against his opponent. Meanwhile, the Corruptors go for a counterattack as well. Very little anti-air. No spores. Yo, the Corruptors, they can just ignore the queens. They can just go for the Overlords. Oh my god. Meanwhile, the natural base of Dark has gone down. Roach is being cleaned up in the main base. We have more Roaches going for a counterattack. Erik has to be careful not to overextend. Like, he doesn't have the biggest lead. He's going to be very careful with this. Yeah, with these reinforcing Roaches, Erik's Roaches are going to get cleaned up. Oh, he has to be careful not to throw away that lead, Papi. He's coming back home. More mutas are on the way. I like it because Dark has no reason to keep making Corruptors at this point. The muta count is growing. 18 mutas now. He can dive on top of the Corruptors. He's going for it. He has the muta numbers that he needs. Every Corruptor is going to be going down. GG gets called, and Erik does it. Erik takes game 2. Let's go. Oh my god. We have a series, Papi. We have a series. Oh, endurance, righteousness, intellect, and kangaroo. Let's go. Oh. I see Frost in the chat. Was that the sound of Dark spanking Erik? That was the sound of Erik's, but they're spanking each other. 2 Zerg players in the dark. Anything can happen, Papi. Oh. Let's go, Papi. Let's go. Turkey Dana showing up in the chat as well. Also from Brazil. You love to see it. Oh, that was really intense though. Like, Erik took the game, but that was so close. Like, Dark was doing so well at attempting to recover and counter what Erik was doing. Oh. Meanwhile, as we get into the ace match, it looks like we are being joined by some of the other casters. Looks like Artosis and Steadfast are joining us. They know what series is important. They know. But I'm a little bit shocked. This means that they weren't covering the other matches. Like, Beyond versus Wayne is going on. Vindicta versus Nice. Gumiho versus Hero Marine. I guess they were maybe casting Maxpack versus Trigger. I guess they were shaking my head. Not like this, Papi. Not like this. But alright, here we go. We're getting into the ace match. And spawning in the bottom left-hand corner of Altitude, we have the South Korean Zerg player representing CranKy Z Gaming. Showing everyone that he's not a god. He can bleed in game number 2. It is Dark. And spawning in the top right-hand corner of Altitude, we have one of our own, one of the CranKy Ducklings, the Brazilian Zerg player. Oh, tying up the series 1-1 in that last game. It is Erik. going for another 15 pool opener on altitude. He's crazy, Poppy. He's crazy. Oh my god. Oh, where's the copy pasta? Where is it? We have, for those who don't know, we have copy pastas for every player on the CranKy Ducklings. I need to see it. Where's Mario's Junction? It needs to be in the chat. Let's go. What does Erik mean? It means endurance, righteousness, intellect, kangaroo. The F in Erik stands for fear. Because he has no fear. Let's go. I know it's been a while since we've used the copy pastas. Like, we have one for Oreo, we have one for Vindicta. Every duckling has a copy pasta. That's the job of Yaku. He makes one. If they're not good, blame Yaku. If they're good, praise Yaku. Let's go. Meanwhile, once again, 15 pool opener, which means Erik is going to be sneaking his lings around the map. Once again, going to be avoiding the overlord. Once again, going to be looking to try and pick up some drones. But we saw that this opener didn't really do too much for Erik last time. Dark, despite scouting it pretty late, he did respond very well to these lings. But the second overlord is going to be missing it this time. We are on altitude because it's so large. It's going to be that much more difficult to see these lings. But this other pair of lings was just revealed, so Dark, I believe he's aware of the pull first already, and yeah, he does confirm the hatch timing. He should be looking to pull away these drones. There we go, they do head towards the main. But Dark did only make 2 lings this time, so Erik, he wants that drone so badly. Has to be careful not to overextend. 1 ling will go down, a second ling as well. Oh, Erik may be losing a little bit too much. He goes to the queen, and he will get the queen in the end. Damage has been dealt. We've traded 4 lings for a queen and a ling. It's okay. It's an okay trade. Some lost mine time as well. I'm sure Erik would have liked to have killed some drones, but you know, a queen is still good nonetheless. And behind this, Erik is rushing. Oh my god, he's actually flooding lings across the map. Link speed is kicking in, and he's sending everything across the map right now. Dark is going to try and wall off, but right now these lings, their goal here is to try and stop that. Oh, isn't quite able to stop those drones from walling off. Tries he might behind this. We're skipping the Baneliness. We're going straight into Roach's. Lings are flooding across. Oh no! The wall's on the wall! The queen gets surrounded. The wall is cancelled. These lings doing an insane amount of damage already. Dark misplacing that queen. Oh my god, 5 more drones do go down. Erik has the momentum. He just runs on past the queen into the main. Oh, picks off 1 more drone for his troubles. Behind this, Erik is droning, by the way, and Erik has a massive drone lead. Oh. And Dark, what does he have? Dark skipped link speed, by the way, to go into a faster Roach Warren, but he was forced to cancel everything because of the link flood. And as a result, Dark doesn't really have anything. He's got 1 queen between his bases. He's down in drones. He's down in tech. He has slow lings. Erik has a massive lead right now. Oh. And with that lead, Erik is going to be going for a Roach Ling push. And Dark, it's going to be insane if he defends. If he somehow survives this, it's going to be crazy. I don't know how he survives. He needs like an army of spine crawlers. He needs so many spines. Ling speed is still in the way. No Roach Warren, no nothing. Queens and slow lings is all he has to defend. Second spine is on the way. We need a third. There we go. We need a fourth. We need everything right now for Dark. If he somehow holds this, I don't know what to say. It's gonna be crazy, Poppy. It's gonna be crazy. Queens are being brought on forward here, but the roaches are arriving. The first spine crawler is gonna be able to finish in time, but the roaches are here. He's powering on through. Banelings are on the way. This first spine crawler gets focused down. Nice quick cancel from Dark. Queens are being focused down. Banelings will find some detonations. They will find some connections on the roaches. Dark, is he holding? The lings are flooding in though. They're flooding in. The queens are being focused down. There's only 2 spines left. There are no more banelings, and it looks like Dark is holding. Wow, those banelings were what they needed to be. They did connect with the queens. With the roaches. They softened them up. Dark holds. And Dark has tied up the worker count. And Dark is going for a counterattack. It's crazy. Dark survives, Papi. He survives. He doesn't just survive. He has momentum. He's sending everything across the map. We do have a full wall off though. Erik will hold, and Erik is going to be using his tech lead to go into a Spire. He needs to drone though. He desperately needs to drone, and there we go. Like, that push was designed to end the game, and the fact that it didn't is a scary prospect here for Erik. He needs to fully saturate his 2 bases. Mutas will give him map control, but Dark is taking a third. Dark is in the dark. He doesn't really know what's happening on 2 bases, but he can assume it's Mutas, especially after that last game. But look at this! Erik is hiding the Mutas. He takes every single upgrade. 1-1 and Roach speed. This looks like a Roach timing from Erik. I wouldn't be surprised if he cancels some of these upgrades once the Spire finishes. We'll see. We'll see if it's hard to say. Erik already has a lot of gas. I don't think Erik needs to cancel. There we go. 7 Mutas are on the way. We need Mutas for map control, and then we just go into a Roach timing. So Erik is going to be looking to hold on to these upgrades. Again, Dark is unaware about what's going on, but he's going to be safe. We have spores being thrown down. Oh, he cancels one of them. Dark isn't sure about himself. He doesn't know if it's going to be Mutas or not. Soon he will know. There we go. Mutas are coming out. I love this. The Mutas are avoiding the Lings. Oh, they're sneaking around the edge of the map instead. Dark, though, he does pull back. Did he see them somehow? Did he see the Mutas as they popped? It's possible. It is possible. Oh, that Evo chamber is getting very low. Meanwhile, the Mutas are rushing across the map. Spores are done at every base except for the 3rd. Mutas are diving on in, but the Spore is ready for this. Oh, Queens as well, but he dives on top of the Queens. Oh, it's going to be a costly trade. He gets 1 Queen for 2 Mutas. Oh, not really worth it. We'll get an Overlord. Roaches are popping. More Overlords are under threat. +1 range is going to finish. A 2nd, a 3rd Overlord goes down. Queens are looking to push us back. At the same time, the Roach push is coming. The 1-1 timing with Roach speed is going to hammer across the map. And Dark, I think he's going to lose his 3rd. I don't want to say that he's going to lose his natural. We have Spine Crawlers, we have Queens, we have Roaches. The Mutas are doing a great job at just keeping the supply low. Dark gets supply blocked. And the Roaches have arrived. Again, this 3rd base is not long for this world. Oh, Dark is going to try to hold it? Mate, he's crazy. He goes for the transfuse. The 3rd is going to go down, but he gets us around with his Lings. He wants to take this fight. Such a bold move here from Dark. Oh, but can he take the fight is the question. We see the Roaches diving on top of the Queens. And without the Queens, the Mutas can just dive on top of the Roaches of Dark. Erik, I think he's done it. It took a while. Dark was fighting his heart out, but the 3rd base has been broken. The Spines, the Queens as well. We have the upgrade advantage for Erik. Even if Erik's Roaches get cleaned up, we have the Mutas to just do what they need to do to get everything else. Dark being forced back to 2 bases. Erik taking a 3rd behind this, droning up. No, not quite. He can drone up. Dark is all in though. He's going across the map. Erik overextending with his reinforcements. Or is he? I guess the Mutas do kind of change this. But again, I really worry here for the rally of Erik, as he is going to be bleeding out a lot of these Roaches. Mutas are going to help support. Behind this, there's that droning that we were talking about. Erik is going to be looking to saturate that 3rd base. There's no way for Dark to move out across the map because of all these Mutas. They once again dive in for some more Overlords. Meanwhile, these Roaches of Erik are being shaved off one after another. But to be fair, every time the Roaches move out, they expose themselves to the Mutas, so a Ravager gets picked off. But Erik really wants to be aggressive, mate. Oh my god. Erik is playing with fire, Papi. He is playing with fire right now. Dark diving on top of these Ravagers. We have a couple of Queens to support as well. Does get 1. Oh my god. But again, now even the tumors are being cleaned up. Erik getting fully saturated on 3 bases. We have +1 range on the way. Dark is rushing into an infestation pit. It looks like he may want to go into infestors. Roach infestor would be a good composition to make use of. Oh, and he may just... Dark threatening a counterattack. Muta's poking and prodding. There's pathogen glands on the way. Yeah. Despite being down in supply, Dark, if he gets 3 or so infestors, like, he can take a fight. He can. It's a slim chance, but a chance nonetheless. If he connects with the fungals, the biles, the roaches. Changeling gonna be slipping in, but oh, Dark with keen eyes does take it out. Meanwhile, Erik, there we go. 4th base is being taken. Additional gases could be taken as well. Evo chamber's a little bit exposed, and yeah, there we go. Erik is gonna just poke at it. Rest of his army showing up. Looking at the army supplies, Erik does have the larger Roach Ravager army now. But pushing up this ramp is still gonna be difficult. Oh, he's gonna be taking some biles to the face. But here we go. Erik wants to break the natural of Dark, forcing his way up the ramp. And Dark just doesn't have enough roaches. 4 infestors are about to pop, but it's a little bit too late. Only a couple seconds too late. GG gets called. Ugh. And a massive upset here. Erik from the CranKy Ducklings takes the series 2-1. GG, Papi. GG. God. GG, Papi. GG. Well played, Erik. He does it. He takes down the best Zerg player in Korea, one of the best Zerg players in the world. Let's go. Erik, of course, with his own unique aggressive style, going for that 15 pull. Erik just messaged me. You know what he said? He said ZvZ is so dumb. XD, XD. Oh my god. He said, at least it's a fun matchup. Let's go, let's go. Wow, Erik popping off here. Let's announce the results here to the admins. And Erik is going to be moving on to the next round. Wow, wow, where he has an opponent waiting for him. It was cast on some of these other channels, but MaxPax did 2-1 trigger, and now Erik moves on to face MaxPax.